Hey, not much.
My buddy Rick Dodson, y'all, we've been buddies forever, and he's played with everybody in the world. Great singer, songwriter, and if you haven't had a chance to go catch Rick's show, go catch him, man. He's really good live, and the ladies like him too. So my brother likes him too. So he's a great bass player too. But man, Rick goes way back. We played for David Frizzell, 1991, 91 in Rick Springs.
Yep,
That was a fun time, wasn't it?
It was a great time. We had a lot of fun.
He's a good dude.
He is. He's a great guy. I went by a couple of years ago and saw him in Nashville, him and Joe, and went out to the house.
For y'all that don't know who Frizzell is, him and Shelley West did You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma. He also had the hit song Gonna Hire Wino.
Yep.
He had a bunch of hit songs. His brother was Lefty Frizzell, Haggart's hero. So
You bet.
he was cool to work for, man. He had a lot of great stories, didn't
He sure did. A lot of great stories. I like remember the song, was it Midnight on Broadway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great
Honky Tonk Night.
Honky Tonk Night on Broadway.
Another Honky Tonk Night on Broadway.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Has him and Shelley. That was a duet. They had a lot of duets. They had a lot of hits together.
Yeah, they did. Duet of the Year 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of awards, a lot of Grammys, just all kinds of stuff. It's
great.
fun to be
Great
around.
too.
A lot of stories.
That wine song he used to do too. Not Strawberry Wine. That was Carter.
Gonna Hire Wino? No.
No, not Hire Wino. That was a big hit for him too. But
Yeah.
what was that wine song he used to do? It'll come to me. We stood on the show over there all the time. It was a slow song. I loved to hear him sing. I loved to hear David sing. Though he was.
I think they can sing better now than he did then.
Yeah, he was a great live singer too, man.
Oh,
he was not pitchy, He was a great entertainer.
Yeah.
Those guys back in those days, Haggard and all them guys, they were entertainers.
Well, yeah, they're entertainers.
Besides just being so talented, they were.
And David grew up in it with Lefty and Haggard and Cash and all those guys all together. I know that he started at such a young age with them on the road. He learned from them and watched their. Man, he picked all that stuff up.
He's a great dude. He was, he told me the story that him and Shelley were playing in California out there, a little house band gig or something they had, and he said, man, Clint Eastwood got him that song in that movie, got him to cut that song for that movie.
Is that right?
Is it Every Which Way But Loose?
Every Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, that's how that happened. And he said, we literally went from playing little bars till we opened up for Kenny Rogers in Oklahoma City in a stadium out there.
Wow.
He said my bass player was so scared he wouldn't come out of the closet to go play. And he said,
I wasn't playing for him then.
No, you weren't playing for him then. He said, but that was a shock to all of us. He said, we went from playing 100-seater clubs to 20,000 seaters, opening up for Kenny Rogers. He said that was their first gig once going up, or not going to Hire Wino, but You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma. Him and Shelley came out on that movie. He said it just went from here to here.
Yeah.
Overnight,
They were an overnight success, and they were good together.
They were great.
It was hard to get,
Oh, they were really good. So we worked for David, a year?
Yeah, about a year.
About a year. We went on the road with him. You went with somebody else.
Yeah, I went with
when he left the theater. Yeah, you went with the Guard Twins. They were good too.
They were.
We went with David. Yeah, we went on the road with David for a while. We went to we did the Kern County Fair with him in Bakersfield, California. We played a lot of dates with David back then. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows me and Dwayne, my brother, from the Hoedown, because we owned the Hoedown for quite a while. We were there for 20 years.
Yeah.
But you actually worked for the Hoedown when Miss Judy and Jay Potter had it. They're the ones that actually built it.
Yeah, the original owners. I worked for them 87 and 88.
You played bass guitar on that show, right?
I did. I played bass guitar, piano, rhythm guitar, and mandolin and 5-string banjo.
That's awesome. that was back in the good days.
Yeah, it was fun. Sold out every night.
Yeah.
Sold out every night.
We came in our first year. Me and Dwayne's first year was '93.
Yeah, it was good then.
Oh, it's great, man. It's great all the way up through. We bought it in 01, and it was great all the way up until about 2010.
Yeah.
That's when it started. Eureka kind of started going a different direction,
Yeah.
But it was a great run.
Music shows they were great in the day though.
Branson was booming, man.
Branson was booming. Had a lot of fun.
Everybody. You was at a Moho. You was at a gig up there that called the Moho.
Moho. Yeah, that was Mel Tillis' nightclub.
I was saying that actually Tillis' club, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Mel Tillis owned it, and he always wanted a club called the Moho, and it was an underground situation. It was in the basement,
right.
And it actually had a Moho painted on the ceiling. It looked like it was just really neat.
I was in there. Who all played in that band? I was up there a couple of times. Dwayne was up there quite a bit too.
Yeah, it was of course myself and
Lance Griffin
played guitar.
Yeah,
Last year,
guitar.
Sparky Athey played keyboards.
I knew him real well.
Joe McGuffey played steel. Let's see, Chip Kidd and Rick Inman played drums. Both of them played drums up there. And then Marvin Short wound up playing in there with me. Played sax and rhythm guitar. And Marvin Short's probably one of the better country singers I've ever heard. He's a great singer. And we had so much fun.
And that was what? That was when?
That was 1992 to about 1994.
Yeah.
And then Mel built a big new theater out there.
Right.
And of course, they closed them. They were going to build another club, but they just wound up, they never did get to.
Man, that was back in a different time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was probably, I don't know, late 20s.
Late 20s, yeah.
That time, for him, when we worked together for David and all that stuff,
Yeah, it was.
But man, that was just a different time. The whole music world, the people were different, and Branson was packed. Eureka was packed.
There was so many nightclubs in town that were sold out. We turned away somewhere in the range of 100 to 300 people every night.
Yeah, and at the Moho, you never know. Willie Nelson would be there, Haggard would be there, everybody would be there.
Janie Fricky, I can't name all the people that came. Of course, Pam Tillis came in there quite a bit.
Tillis was there, he owned it,
Yeah, he owned it. So Pam always came over and sang with us when she was in town, and Mel came over. He'd sing some. He was over there all the time. But he'd get up and sing some. But we had just tons.
So much fun.
Oh yeah.
Pickers everywhere.
You bet.
Everybody come out and jam.
Well, the thing was, there were so many great players came in that I didn't even know who they played for.
Right.
They just wanted to sit in and play with the band. We had the hottest little band in town, I thought.
Right. It was a phenomenal band.
It's a great band. It was so much fun and
good times.
It was great times.
It was different back then too. People were happier, I think, and of course we're just coming out of COVID. And, people's dealing with all that crap to begin with. But it's changed so much.
Yeah, it's really changed up there a lot.
It's changed a ton.
I'm not up there a lot anymore.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I played a little bit here and there. Had a couple of places up here this last spring a little bit, and that was it. But I haven't been over there in the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's just changed. It's really Eureka's changed a ton over there too. I mean, it's just, it even looks different. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a different deal.
It's just a different deal. Yeah,
it's just a different deal. Branson is still
people, younger crowd.
It is.
Branson.
It's just a different ball game over there. They go downtown to shopping party. That's kind of where they've kind of taken everything over there. And I think the hoedown is still going. I think they're running maybe Fridays and Saturdays now. I'm not sure.
Well, they were running Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah. I'm not sure what all they're doing over there. I know the Passion Play. I think the Play does 3 days a week maybe now.
Yeah, I think
during the season.
During the season.
But it ain't doing the numbers that they.
Oh no.
That we used to
there was thousands over there every night. We were sold out, and Pine Mountain was sold out.
Pine Mountain's even closed. They're closed now. Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Warren Stokes, where the bank is now, over there, Cornerstone. I think it's Cornerstone.
Yeah, right there beside
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah. It was always good. Leslie used to work there. She was a kid. Hey, your phone's going off.
Oh, that's my buddy, potential spam.
Spam.
He's calls every once in a while. I think he just called checking.
He's probably looking for a gig.
He is. He's not very good, and I can't. He's a terrible harmony singer, so I'll iron him the next time.
So who all have you worked for over the years? You worked for a lot of people.
I've worked with quite a few people, different artists. I got to play with a lot of people. The most famous people I got to play with, I was with Barbara Fairchild, and we did a lot of stuff.
How long were you with Barbara?
I was with Barbara 3 years.
In Branson?
In Branson,
yeah.
And I actually opened up for Barbara when I was really, really young, and Teddy Bear came out when she was just a kid.
I wasn't even born then.
You were born then.
I don't think I was.
You played rhythm guitar for her then.
I don't think I was born when Teddy Bear came out, was it?
No. I don't know, when were you born?
75.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You were that's just about when I played with her, about 74. So 73, 74.
See, I wasn't even born then, so you.
No, you wasn't.
Yeah. Barbara, she's still in Branson.
Yeah, she's still in Branson. She still does a lot of stuff. She does a lot of good things up there.
Yes, she does.
I'm real proud of her. She stays busy.
Right.
And that's the main thing. She still travels quite a little bit.
Did you work with Tillis? Didn't you work with Tillis?
A little bit.
That's awesome.
But I got to spend a lot of time with him, and especially in Nashville.
Right.
And matter of fact, when all the stuff that he sells now, I was in the studio then.
Right.
And man, it was such a fun time to be around all those guys. And
he was
greatest players Mel Tillis had the greatest band, the greatest players, and
bar none.
They're just the best of the best of the best. And
The old Statesiders, that whole crew.
Every one of them.
Boy, they were monsters. Dwayne English, you good friend with Dwayne. He's drummer
Dwayne and I were
forever.
real good friends.
Yeah.
Dwayne and I played together years ago. You know, different places, yeah, Dwayne and I worked together before. Just fun guys, and you know,
monster players.
Monster
that was
players.
that was back. That was back, and I talk about this a lot to different buddies of mine, players out here. But back then, everybody had their own band, and that band worked with that artist. They didn't go out and work with different people.
Right. They just worked just for that.
Statesiders was a big, huge sound of Mel Tillis's. That was his sound. Just like the Strangers was with Haggard, Roy Nichols, and that crew.
Those guys, yeah, you bet. Norman was with him from the very get-go
till the end.
Very end.
And Roy Nichols really was too until he got sick and had to quit. Got older.
Yeah.
Roy Nichols was all that stuff. I mean, he was,
the tones and the licks and stuff there, and that's all Roy Nichols.
And then you got Johnny Cash, that crew, that gave him his sound,
Yeah.
Today's world, you don't have that no more.
No Cash, no, huh?
You don't have no bands.
We don't have that sound. Even Loretta's band and Conway's band, and all those guys had a,
and now
they had a blend that they worked together for years because
it
the
gave
artist
that artist that sound.
treated them good.
Yeah, it gave that artist. Yeah, absolutely.
The artist gave them some freedom, and then he treated his people well.
And the musicians wanted to work for that guy. They pushed that. They were all about that artist,
You bet.
And in today's world, everybody thinks, well, I'm gonna play with this guy tonight. Even on our level, out here, this drummer's gonna play tonight with this guy. This drummer's gonna play tonight with this guy. And I get that they're just trying to stay busy.
They're just trying to make a living now.
But and
you lose that. You change one guy, and it changes things for a while.
You just
Statesiders could change a guy. It wouldn't be so bad because there's a 13-piece band. But most of the time, but it was
most of those guys stayed together.
But all of them stayed there. All of them, but.
Like Haggard's band, they stayed together.
Oh yeah.
Up until they were getting older. Roy Nichols, like I said, now Norm, he was with Merle up to date. Of course, Norm's still in good health, I guess, today.
Well, I don't know if he is or not. I used to keep up with him quite a little bit, and then
he goes out and plays with the boys. Ben Haggard.
They're still out there.
He goes out there some, but I don't think he tours much anymore because of his age, of course.
Right.
I think when Merle passed, he was kind of, that was his deal.
Seemed like somebody told me he passed.
Norm?
Yeah.
I didn't know I don't know if he did or not. Maybe he has.
Google it.
I might need to find out for me. Let me know. Eddie Snow, no?
Eddie Snow,
if Eddie Snow's watching, he can tell you.
That's right. Eddie Snow knows him well. Eddie got to play a lot with Haggard.
He hung out with Haggard a lot. Haggard come in up there at Branson, and they'd run over at the bar. I can't remember the name of the bar Eddie was. You remember the name of that bar?
Yeah, it was.
I can drive you right to it. I just can't remember the name of it.
Me too.
But there's another kind of like the Moho thing. It was.
Well, I can't remember anything anymore.
I can't remember it either. I can drive you right to where the bar was.
Me too.
But
great
players. Eddie's a great player, and there's a lot of great players that came over there.
Yep, and that was pretty close to where Haggard lived. It was at one of the closest bars that he could go to, and he just didn't have to drive anywhere.
And Eddie worked for us. Eddie worked for us at the hotel for a long time.
Oh, Eddie's a great player.
Ted came in. Ted came in, I believe, in 2006 was his first year as brother when he left Pine Mountain. When Pine Mountain switched, Dave Drennan, the Drennan family retired, and Ted came over. And then Eddie was with us though from the time we bought it till.
Well,
he quit there 2 or 3 years before we sold it.
Yeah.
And,
but I got to. I got to go to Haggard's, at home. Got to know him a little bit there.
Yeah.
But Noel and I ran around together quite a little bit when they were in Branson.
That's back when Clint Strong was with.
Clint Strong was.
He used to hang out up there a lot and play. Clint Strong, for y'all don't know, he was a monster player.
Monster.
Jazz player, just killer player. Of course, Haggard there again.
Did
he hire that band thing, He hired him from Freddie Powers.
Yeah.
Where he found Clint.
Well, he's a monster player. He's my next door neighbor.
Yeah, Branson.
Yeah, Branson. He used to live down the hill from me in the same apartment. Well,
it's crazy, man.
Clint's a good guy.
But I remember all those musicians though was it was like a family.
He was, and everybody liked everybody. Everybody running around. Everybody helped everybody.
Everybody did.
Gosh, I couldn't tell you how many guys used our band at the Moho to showcase their talent.
Exactly.
To let somebody, and we let them all get up and do 2 or 3 songs, and somebody was there that night that was looking down and see if they had, you know, if they could play or sing or whatever.
Absolutely.
And we got a lot of people jobs, and but we were just happy to have our jobs too, you know. And
Everybody's
we
having a good
fortunate,
time.
why not pass it on, you know? And you know, all the guys in the band are good guys, and you know, the Moho 5, then it went to the Moho 6. You know?
Oh, that was a great stop. I remember that. I remember the Moho very much. I didn't hang out in there a lot because we were working every night in Eureka.
Well, you got to be working, yeah.
Yeah, we were playing every night in Eureka, and then it was an hour drive from Eureka to Branson. So now Dwayne came up there some, you know.
Yeah.
And I came up there some, you know.
Big treat when you guys came up and got up and played and sang.
Hung out with Lance up there.
Yeah.
He was a great guitar player. God rest his soul, and miss him, you know. But and a lot of people, it's just changed up there now, you know.
It's changed a lot.
There's still some good shows.
There's some good shows up there. The Massengills have a great show.
They do.
Wayne's always got a good show. Dylan's got his son's got a new album out right
Brand
now.
new record out.
Brand new record out.
I seen that on Wayne's
I've heard
Facebook.
a few of the songs on it. You know, man, it's good. It's sure.
Well, he's got to be good because look where he came from. You know, Mom and Dad's good.
Mom and Dad's about as good as it gets.
She's a great singer. She's one of the best singers out there. You know.
Yeah.
He's a great fiddle player. I auditioned for them. Mike Patrick tried to hire me at Grand Country. I believe it was in 2016, I think, and I went up there and played the band, and I got the job. But then my dad got sick about that time, and then I couldn't take the job because that schedule up there at that time was pretty demanding. So
yeah, it is.
I had to back off of it because I wanted to be around, you know, my dad. He's still going today.
Well, sure.
But yeah, he's doing good too. For the people that are wondering, I get asked about that all the time, you know. But he's another great singer, man. He's a Gene Watson dude.
He is.
Could sing his butt off. But man, it's good to see you. You know, me and Rick go way back. Way back.
Way back to you were just bashful.
And I still am.
On stage.
Still am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still bashful.
You had it really well. Yeah, man,
Turn it up.
Bone in 25 or 30 years.
Well, you know, when we on the hoedown, it kind of happened. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, me and my brother kept dealing with comedians, and I ended up in that position. When we bought the theater, that never was the plan. You know me very well.
Yeah, right.
I want to be a guitar player.
That's
you know?
it.
I just all I ever wanted to do. But when you're endowed large amounts of money and you've got to figure something out, you figure it out. And it was really the best move we've ever made.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
Yeah, it really is. Well, it gave you guys a whole new.
We could go out and do our own shows then, you know, and kind of be in control of what we do. And that's what we've been doing ever since we sold the theater. So, but yeah, man, I really all I ever want to do is play guitar.
Now. You're all over the place.
Yeah, we have fun, man, and we've been very blessed. And then we got a little store here, and George Guitars here in Harrison, Arkansas. And I like doing this. And
lessons.
Rick, yeah, we do lessons.
You give them lessons, you know.
I'm taking lessons. I'm not giving them. I got a guy coming in. You're giving lessons.
I'm
Yeah.
giving lessons.
I got Rick coming in once a week, giving me a lesson. Yeah. Heck yeah. Look him up. He'll give you lessons too.
Yeah. He's gonna start working the nursing home circuit when he takes the stuff I teach him.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're a singing dude, man. You sing really, really good.
I appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You mentioned my old buddy Jim Ritchie. You said you worked with him.
Oh, so last Saturday night I played with Jim Ritchie and Mark Bradbury, and we did a little trio deal, and Jim played steel and piano, and it was just a blast.
Jim Ritchie, a lot of people don't know this, but Jim Ritchie is how I met Joe Don Rooney, which was a Rascal Flatts.
Rascal Flatts, right. Mm-hmm.
I was, me and Kevin, not Kevin, but his brother, Josh Moore.
Yeah.
We were working at Hoedown time at that time, and then we were off in January, and Jim called me up and said, "Hey man, he's going out on the road somewhere in Mexico or somewhere." He says, "Is there any way you can come down and go out with me on this 2-week run?" He said, "I got a kid coming in from Oklahoma that's going to audition." And he said, "Well, could you and Josh go?" And I said, "Yeah, we'll go." So me and Josh went out there. When we come back, we played in Rogers, and that's when Joe Don came in and auditioned for Jim. And he played my guitar and my amp, and I played drums for him when he auditioned. And that's how I met Joe Don, was through Jim, because Jim hired him, and then me and Joe Don become good friends. And then he ended up going in Single Tree Band with Lee Dubry, and that, you know, with us two, we were there with Lee. And then he moved to Nashville, you know, and he got that deal going down there with Rascal Flatts. Man, now he don't know none of us anymore. He's rich and famous, and don't know any of us anymore, you know.
That's something that people don't know, that, you know, you just mentioned that you play drums for him, that you're a really good drummer.
I appreciate
He's a great
it,
drummer. I'm telling you, he's got a
it.
lot of good chops, and a lot of drummers don't have his chops, I'll tell you that much.
I played drums before I started playing guitar, you know, and I, you know, having a brother as a bass player, you know, he'd throw a drumstick at me when we were playing together if I wasn't playing in the pocket. About bang, you know. But I, growing up, I was always lucky to get to play with better players.
That's it. And that's what it takes, too.
I got to play with a guy named Eddie Harrison in my dad's band, and I was playing drums, and he played with a lot of pretty big people, and he did really well, but he was a really good player, and I got to learn a lot from playing with a lot of players,
He's
a lot
terrible,
of players. So that's your girlfriend calling?
I don't have a girlfriend.
You don't?
I'm looking for one.
Any girls out there single for Rick? He's looking for a girlfriend. He's homeless.
Homeless.
He ain't got nowhere to go. He shows up at the store bugging me every day, and I don't know what I'm. I have to feed him.
Rent me the biggest part of that back. I got that bathroom. It's pretty big in there, that bathroom.
I have to feed him and everything. I'm gonna start. Hey, hit the. I need tip money. Send me money so I help feed Rick.
Yeah.
Man, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
You bet. Anytime. If I get close, I like to run by. I always catch up on all the latest, greatest news and
go to his Facebook page, man, Rick Dodson, and go catch a show. Or if you're a buyer out there, if you're a venue, if you're looking for a great acoustic act, that's the guy, or a full band. Look him up. If you like good country music, he's great.
Well, thank you for the compliment, man.
Check him out. Go over and give him a like. Thank you guys for watching. George Guitars, Peanut here. Talk to you later. God bless.